Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Legend of the Five Rings Warriors Path with Tabletop Nerdcast. I'm Percy. With me, I've got Eric playing
Kitsuki Dairen. I'm an investigator.
Yes, and Rick is now playing
Griot and the Oracle of the Void.
Well, you're not playing the Oracle of the Void. Hold on.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
Miyamoto is the Oracle of the Void. And then we've got Kevin.
I'm playing Utaku Kateo.
And Mike.
Yasawari.
And today we've got, oh man, I'm so excited for the stream today and for the episodes coming out.
I'm still waiting for the real intro.
No, for sure. I'm very excited for what's going on today. But before we can get into everything that Legend of the Five Rings has to offer us this evening, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, hit the heart and hit the bell so that you'll get notifications every time we put anything out. We've been doing a lot of video games lately. We do RPG content all the time. We put out something every single day. So hit that bell so you get all of those notifications. Hit the thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and leave us a comment. Doing all of those things helps us to beat the nasty YouTube algorithms that try to keep small channels like ours down. And man, thanks to everybody who's been sharing and liking and commenting and doing all that stuff, because we are growing slowly but surely. We are building subscribers and we're getting people to listen to our stuff. And thanks so much for joining us. It's been a really fun journey so far. And with all of that being said, last time on Warriors Path, did I miss something?
One more caveat.
What did I miss?
We are experimenting with the green screen this week. So if for whatever reason, whatever happens behind Percy goes nuts or his face starts turning all kinds of funny colors, it's because we're experimenting with the green screen.
Not because of something he ate.
Stick with us.
Not because of other experiments.
Yes.
I mean, it could be something y'all
I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of a
Your
warning
own
there.
experiment.
I want to give everybody a little bit of a warning.
Fair enough. So all of that being said, last time on Warriors Path, when we left off, Utaku and Kitsuki, you guys were in this sort of maze dungeon space looking for the Earth Kami, or another Earth Kami, the Oracle of the Earth. Good night. This is going to be weird if I can't get these words out. The Oracle of Earth, and you were kind of in this space that's hidden within the City of Lies. Bayushi Aramoro had helped you get there, but he is not with you anymore. Conversely, on the other side of the table, we had Miyamoto and Isawa went to the Kitsuki Forest. They found the Oracle of the Void, who had been kind of permanently impaled upon this shard of void sticking through her chest. They broke that shard of the void, which then forced all of the void inside of her out. She is gone. It allowed her to finally be at peace. And as a result, somebody had to take her place. And Miyamoto agreed to do that. So he absorbed all of that void energy and disappeared without a trace.
I'm right here.
And now.
Hey, you're here. Miyamoto's not.
Oh, yeah.
And now, in the capital city of Otosanuchi, in the Imperial Palace, right in front of the Chrysanthemum throne, you see the woman, bald, in dragon robes, stepping forward and ordering all of the Emperor's guard to surround the throne, as that void energy shoots like lightning into the throne room. And standing before the woman is another bald individual. The artist formerly known as Miyamoto Diphthong. And Miyamoto, before the woman can even speak, holds out his hand, palm forward, and a crackling void energy, almost transparent, almost like a net of black lightning, begins to expand from his hand. In an orb that's starting to surround him and envelop the room, and she sends guards forward, and as they come into this envelopment, they simply fall flat. You don't know if they're dead, if they're asleep, what's going on with them, but he continues to do that until it's just him and the woman awake in this orb, leaving the Emperor and 3 guardsmen on the outside, still uncertain of what to do. He releases his hand from that orb space and holds up 2 fingers and draws several characters in the air that you, if you're watching, so Griot, you in particular, can see this, and the guards that are with you, you see it spell out the words remember, and he wipes that, and as soon as he wipes that away, it's almost like every memory that you have is being replaced by a different reality. The guards are experiencing something similar as as you see yourself almost in like a play acting out these individual acts of you see yourself usurping the emperor, but why would you do that? Wait, why am I the emperor now? Why am I wearing his clothes? Why am I and these thoughts are all flooding through you, and you're realizing like, yes, I have been doing this. What about Yama? I thought she was cool, and you're seeing kind of everything played in reverse as real memories are flooding back into what the woman had been replacing. As the new Oracle of the Void replaces the memories of Rukugan, forcing the woman's magic away from them. And then he steps forward and holds out his hand, and she bows her head once and grabs it, and then they are absorbed into this orb, and it disappears from the room. And Griot,
Yes.
you sit upon a throne.
Yes.
Hida's Tetsubo leaning against the arm. And you see 3 guards look at each other, pivot, and turn, and draw their katanas on you.
Hold. What is it you do?
You killed our emperor, and you see that they're still struggling to grasp totally what's going on, but they see very clearly in their mind them being deceived, and Hante the 38th being pierced by your sword. And you know that that's true.
But I don't understand why.
Correct.
I don't know what has happened. But I know that I am your emperor.
I think before saying anything else, like as you're kind of saying this, because you're saying it slowly, and I think that that's right. I think you got to make a command check. And you get to pick the ring. Target number is going to be 3.
Okay. Okay, will I get any bonuses for additional successes, or
No.
no?
No,
Okay.
you just need the 3 successes. Opportunity might help you in this particular instance. And are you rolling the Earth Ring?
Yes.
Yeah, so you get to keep 5 dice. It's a big chunk.
Yeah, I mean, I've got tons, and I've got 3 explosives, so I might as well roll. Okay. I got 3 success and 1 opportunity and 1 strife.
Okay, 3 success, 1 opportunity, and 1 strife. So definitely take the strife. What would you like to do with your opportunity in the Earth Ring?
In the Earth Ring.
Now in Earth, you can kind of cause some reassurance in the scene, like kind of indicating like I'm not. I also don't know what's going on. I'm not an enemy here. That kind of thing. You can also spend an Earth opportunity to sort of minimize consequences of failure or danger. So like you could spend it to say like the guards on the floor are going to stay asleep for right now.
I see what you're saying. We'll put the guards on the floor. Yeah, we'll keep the guards on
Maintain
the
their
floor.
unconsciousness.
Maintain their unconsciousness for
Okay.
the moment.
So the 3 successes, they look to each other again and they say, "You're right. the wolf that was with you, and you know Yama has been with you and has been kind of roaming the castle. That one is. Is it safe? Is it dark? Do you?
I have always known her to be good and enlightening. But now I don't know.
They kind of lower their katanas. They don't sheathe them, but they do lower them so that they're not in a fighting stance anymore. Emperor, forgive us. They bow low, kind of understanding they just drew swords on the Emperor. And
you do not need forgiveness. You need to act in the best interests of Rokugan, as do I. And I need to figure out what has happened and what we need to do going forward.
It's sort of at that point that you hear footsteps of probably hundreds of people storming around the palace as that sort of awakening happens across the board. It's almost like going in waves across the entirety of Rokugan. And you hear as they begin to approach the throne room, and we will cut off there and move to Katsuki and Utaku. You were left with kind of a cryptic message saying that only one can leave here enlightened.
No, I saw him shift the camera. That's why I was
Yeah,
double checking.
Only one can leave enlightened.
Are you ready, Dyren? Or, sorry. Are you ready to dance?
He's psyching himself up.
Yes!
Are you ready, Dyren? We gonna get it. I'm gonna get me.
Cool, have me some fun. I'm always ready.
This seems to be the final
To-
challenge. So,
All right, I guess I will go first.
Okay.
Can't trust these scorpion around here.
You sort of you step through the doorway and you do. You see a ladder going up, and it kind of goes into this opening above. You climb it.
Yeah.
As you climb, you find yourself emerging underneath what appears to be what you would assume to be the bench seat of a carriage, based on the kind of rocking motion and the sounds that you hear as you climb up. You've obviously been portaled somewhere.
Look down.
You see Dyren.
as I'm climbing, or... Yeah, I'm still there.
No, you cannot see through the door. That is an important note. Like, it kind of went void after he walked through. Or she walked through.
All right. I mean, if I see him climbing up, then
No, well, I can't.
I see him.
You see him downstairs.
Like standing at the door.
Just standing at the door.
I will shout to come on up.
He
And
doesn't
then,
hear you. Okay.
My first reaction is going to be to do that and then
Okay.
continue into the carriage.
Okay, so you kind of climb up and you climb out from underneath, and I love this so much. You hear as the kind of rocking and grinding continues, you climb out, and you realize you're in a bedroom.
Oh.
You're climbing out from under a bed, and there's business happening on top of this bed.
It's the grinding.
And as soon as you kind of climb out, the dirty unicorn samurai crawling out from under the bed like
Lady.
the Grudge. you crawl out from under the bed, and whoever is on top of that bed screams. You assume a woman runs out of the room, and somebody else runs and grabs like something off of a dresser before you can look up.
All right. Seeing that I'm
What do
hearing
you
that-
do? You're, at this point, you're staring at the floor, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so okay.
He's still under the bed.
But you're sticking out from
Okay.
from under the bed.
I guess finish crawling out. I mean, I'm pretty defenseless as is. And
Yes.
does the door disappear?
No.
So if I got this straight, I came that way.
Yes.
Ah,
You like went up and through.
all right. Where am I?
State your name and your business.
Utaku Kateo?
And
Climbing.
you see a very beautiful scorpion woman holding a sheet in front of her and a bladed fan.
Tessa?
Crawling up a ladder, or I guess sideways stuff. I really don't know how to explain this.
All right, let's flip.
When in doubt, blame a Shugenja.
I'm not well versed in the workings of magic and the spirits.
All right, so as you fluster through that, let's flip back over to Katsuki. What do you do?
I'm trying to if I press on the door threshold, nothing like I can't go through type
Yeah.
thing. I guess I'll go in then.
Okay, you walk into a room. And you
did
see-
I see him like climb up a ladder.
No.
Okay. So what's,
You see a very large samurai sitting cross-legged at on a mat at the other side of the room. It's a fairly blank, bare room.
I will. What's the correct? I'll bow to him and greet him.
He kind of nods to you.
Is this the domain of the Oracle of Earth? Maybe I'm looking for.
Domain. I don't know that I would call it a domain, but I am he that you seek.
Well, we were. The lands of Rokugan were troubled by.
They have been repaired, I feel.
Then I don't know if. I assume we do.
You've, if I'm to understand correctly, you're seeking some sort of blessing.
Yes, if that would help. We are just here to try to balance the land.
Unfortunately, I gave my blessing out already in this generation. I don't have more to give. But I do have something. The Oracle of Void left this behind with me, and he kind of reaches into a pouch on his side and he pulls out a paintbrush. Perhaps this can be of use to you.
If it is a treasure of the void, I'm sure it could be of use. May I ask who you blessed in this generation?
I believe he was Ronin at the time. A very crab-like individual. He asked for his ancestral weapon and then left. So that was the blessing that I gave.
As good a blessing as any, I suppose.
I would think so. He certainly wields the power of Earth.
Then I won't trouble you too much longer, but could you perhaps tell us where... Do you know the location of the Oracle of Void, maybe? Not Void, of Earth? Air?
Just give them to me all. I want them all.
Yeah.
I'm collecting. I'm a collector.
The Oracle of Air. She runs a business in the capital. She thinks that she should hide in plain sight, as it were.
Thank you for your time.
Indeed.
I must be on my way, I'm sure. You have something to do here.
I must sit for another 1,000 years of meditation, if that's quite all right. And he kind of puts his fist into his palm and twists it, and a door appears behind him. Enjoy your journey. Perhaps I will never see you again.
About as he says that and
What a
like,
nice blessing.
shuffle out.
And you exit in that same shrine that you entered into initially, and you are by yourself.
Is there still the door, or
No, it is gone. Like that the door you walk back through is the door that you had initially
Okay.
walked through.
well, I suppose I'll try and inspect the paintbrush right now. I guess.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead and you can roll me a theology check to see if you can
you don't want to make
guess
it
at what it is.
investigation. I could do void also.
Yeah, can't you like turn anything into an investigation?
I get my school ranks.
Yeah.
but
If you're
it has-
investigating.
yeah.
Which you are investigating. Investigation's not a skill. It's something
I
you do
know.
with other skills. So I would think that fits here. Well, you can't roll into the pile of dice. That one doesn't really count.
All right. That's one. This is
Pretty
void.
sure that was better.
This is void. For keep.
You do need 4 successes here.
That's 4. Oh.
You could just, there's no bonuses.
Okay.
But he could get more opportunities.
It's fine.
He's
it
certain,
doesn't really-
currently he's getting more strife.
No, that's. I mean,
Which for the void, it doesn't matter. But
It's fine. I'll do. What is this? 6. Yeah.
All right. Any opportunities?
One
It looks like
opportunity.
one opportunity. An opportunity for the void. You can choose a ring other than void and reduce the next target number of a check by 1. That's possible. You can also detect a sign of the supernatural.
Do the supernatural.
Perfect. You get one.
Very good.
You kind of you notice that the brush always has ink. That's first and foremost. But the ink does not, like, you kind of thumb through it and you pick your hand back up and it doesn't leave any stain on your fingers.
Well, discernible, like.
But then, like, when you maybe try to paint some characters on your arm, it does leave that. So it's like, obviously it leaves the ink when you're intending to leave ink. Like when you're very obviously painting with it, when you're doing your calligraphy or what have you. And just kind of as you're just kind of sitting in this shrine with this brush, and I'm sure being an investigator, you have some sort of writing material on you. So you pull out a scroll and maybe you're kind of trying to do some stuff with it. Now, would you mind terribly making another check for me? Would you make a... do you have any kind of, like, artisan skills?
No.
Culture?
Yes.
You have some culture?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with culture. You can do culture or theology. Either one is fine here. Any artisan skill would also work, but you don't have those. So make one of those checks, either culture or theology, and it can be... void is going to be your easiest, but it can be in anything you would like.
I'll do culture void again, I guess.
Okay, culture void, you're going to need a 3. And what do you write?
I'll try and go with, like, mountain almost. But I fail anyway, so it's like... Oh, no, that's a continue, but... 1 second. Yeah, I fail. That's
Okay.
3 opportunities.
Do you want to... tell you what, this thing is fairly supernatural. I'll hijack your opportunity from the previous roll and say you lowered the target number by the check. So with the 2, mostly because I want you to have this, I want you to kind of understand what it is. So you draw the mountain. As you're drawing this on the page, the stone in front of you begins to rise up and kind of form a mountain range, and it starts to, like, get fairly large as you're sitting there, and it's filling up this shrine until you get worried and you cross it out, and then the mountain falls.
Wow. Okay.
And it becomes the normal stone again, as it was. And so you have this brush that, with the right check, now the difficulty will vary depending on what you're trying to do with it. It essentially can create things. Whatever you paint, whatever you write, It can make those things if you will it to exist. Thus is the power of the void. Now let's move to Isawa. We're going to screen wipe over there. Isawa, you are alone in the Kitsune Forest. You just watched Miyamoto get sucked up into this void, leaving behind only the Wakizashi Earth.
So, given my Shugenja nature here in past, I would have some kind of understanding that we just freed the Oracle of the Void and she chose another vessel.
You kind of assume that, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think
with
that
that,
makes sense.
Isawa will kind of, not really meditate, but kind of in the general, safe travels, my friend. And he'll go pick up the Katana of Earth.
Okay. Yes, so you pick up this Earth.
Now, is the land, because
Wakizashi.
the way we had described it before, the land around was in peril.
It clears up almost instantly.
Okay.
Colors return to normal. Things that once were harmful now are no longer. And you're not alone. I forget, who is it that you had with you?
The lion.
Did you have a coma? I don't think you had a coma.
We didn't have a coma. We had a little weasel with us.
You did have the weasel
We
ghost.
took a coma with us, but I don't think he came
He
in.
lost
I think
an
he
arm.
lost his arm.
Yeah, a coma
Yeah.
lost his arm.
Yeah.
Trying to get out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, someone pulled him in.
Trying to.
I don't know who that could be.
He's
I
still
don't
missing.
remember.
He's still missing his arm.
Okay.
Oh.
Where'd he go? Where's Miyamoto?
Our friend has transitioned. He
What
has achieved a higher
does that
plane of
mean?
existence.
You're not making any sense, bud.
The Oracle of the Void chose him to carry on.
Her?
Yes.
Oh my lord. That's what we're here for? To kill some girl?
We're here to heal the land. To save Rakugan. And the only way we
And
could
we do that
so,
by killing girls?
No, the only way we could do that was by freeing the trapped Oracle.
Okay. Okay. You're starting to sound crazier than you usually do, and you already was pretty crazy.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, if we're
Some of this I have to just
Like father,
interpret as
like
it comes.
son.
Some of this I just have to interpret the spirits as they come.
and almost like as you're kind of having this conversation, you're hit by a wave of memory. Toshi Rainbow, surrounded by shadow warriors. You see the shadow dissolve, and they're citizens of the town. They drove you into the puddle where you escaped from. The spirits that saved your life were spirits. They came out of the spirit realm and they defended as you went down in there, but the shadowy figures weren't just shadowy figures. They were people. And then you see the memory of the battle of the Black Mist outside of the city of the Rich Frog, and you see that all of those shadows also soldiers from the capital chasing after Bayushi Aramoro, Akoma Dendaru, and Saitori, the Emperor. Well, was the Emperor's son, now probably the Emperor.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, we'll kind of see how things pan out. We're not there yet, but you see that the memory return to you clear as day, and you see Ikoma, his memory like totally flips. There are things that he was being affected by that he didn't even know, and he just kind of rocks back. Oh man, this Grio's gotta go. What are we doing in this forest? What's he been doing? He's the guy you guys have been talking about, right?
This kami that he follows that left me with unease the first time we met, I believe has misguided him and taken advantage of him, just like the rest of us, with our memories now coming, with these emotions and feelings hitting us.
So what do you think happened? Why do we remember now?
We restored the balance.
Killed a girl?
Well, the oracles once proclaimed that when you have both sides of the oracle and they achieve balance, one is not free to interact with as the other in Rokugan. So I can only assume by freeing this oracle, this woman that has caused us so, or plagued us with so many issues, has now been bound and taken back to that plane.
Okay. Okay.
But everything's pointing us towards the capital.
Capital.
Towards Griot. The capital soldiers that attacked us.
Okay. We better get on the road then. We're a good couple days' journey from even finding horses here.
Agreed.
Oh, we can get your horses.
Say again? I missed that one, honest. No, my ear actually missed that
we
one.
We can get you horses.
Okay, wait, what?
The squirrel.
The weasel.
The weasel.
He comes up over your shoulder. There's plenty of them that have come through here. I don't even know if this was the original voice, but it's what I'm going with now.
All right. We would be much appreciated if you would. If
Yeah.
you could help us.
Yeah. I mean, you saved the entire forest. As far as I'm concerned, you're good in my book.
Pick up the nut off the ground and hand it to him again.
Fly straight through him. All right, so he's going to take you back to the kind of the village that he had brought you into initially.
All right.
And they know some horses in the forest that are willing to help you. Obviously, you can't talk to the horses, but they can. So kind of translation going on there. But they get you guys saddled up and ready to go pretty quickly. Now, Griot, let's shift back over to you quickly. One of the guards says, You're not safe here. I don't know if I trust you. I don't even know if you're really my emperor, but for now you sit upon the throne, and for now we're sworn protectors of anybody sitting on that throne, so follow us. We cannot protect you from the horde outside of these doors.
They would not respect their emperor.
We nearly did not, and were sworn to it.
Understood.
These are going to be mad, furious citizens of Rokugan from every clan we have, minor and major, that have been bamboozled into you sitting upon the throne. Now, until we figure out what's going on, we can either keep you safe, or thousands of people will descend upon this capital and destroy you very quickly.
One thing you must know. I will do whatever I can to protect Rokugan. As a crab, I have sworn my entire life to it, and I will continue to do that now.
You feel kind of almost like a pinprick in your mind. Almost like you saying that kind of flips some sort of switch. You don't really know what it means as of yet, but you get a sense that something about destiny has shifted for Griot as you kind of give that leading. And they say, follow us now. And he kind of jabs his spear underneath the throne and gives it like a twist, and you hear some sort of lock click, and a sort of passageway, a stone slides away to where you can walk down behind the throne.
You would think the Scorpions designed this place.
And you would not be incorrect.
Let us go. I will trust in you.
You two, go. And so you go down, and the two follow you, and he clicks it back in the stone, slides back, and he stands in front of the throne. And that's probably the last you're going to see of this guy.
I like him.
I like him already.
He's got gumption.
You walk through
No,
this-
Gumption would be sitting on the throne.
That's right. We don't know that. That's not true.
You walk through this space, and you recognize this. You've been in this tunnel before, maybe not through that exact entrance, but as you get into the evened out space, you recognize this tunnel, and you know that these false memories, and you're still struggling to figure out what's real and what's not, but you know that this is where 11 of the 12 black scrolls have been kept. And you walk through to the safe room where they've been housed since you've been collecting them. Now, Griot's been collecting these scrolls basically since he's known Yama. So it's been a good 30 years that he's been working toward this goal, since he became Ronin. And he's collected them from various Shugenja throughout Rokugan, and even has gone into the Shadowlands to find a couple. And so you enter into this room and you see Yama, the wolf, sitting behind them.
Tell me of yourself, Yama. What is going on here? I have trusted you for...
You have been made the Emperor. You can bring good to Rokugan.
That is true. Why I've been made the Emperor? But why have I been made the Emperor?
Yes, get the inflection right.
Why? You had a hand in this. And I've trusted you. And you've guided me most of my life. For what purpose?
And she licks her lips, and I think that at this point Griot has kind of a dawning realization. You are Emperor because we needed a smoke screen. And she stands up and steps over the scrolls and kind of snarls.
And I will pull out my Tatsuki. What is it?
Tetsubo, you've probably
Tetsubo.
just been holding it. It's
Yeah.
kind of huge.
Right, exactly. But I get it in a readied stance. And I say, what is your goal? What is your goal?
Maybe you'll find out soon.
Maybe you should tell me now.
She kind of turns, kind of walks a circle like a cat getting a bed ready to lay on. And she does. She lays down on the scrolls and puffs up in smoke.
And what happens to the scrolls?
They go with her. And halfway across the Empire, in Toshi Ranbo, a puff of smoke appears in the center of town on a certain bridge where a certain murder took place. And you see an Emerald Magistrate lean down to pet a wolf as Hira Asamoka grabs these scrolls and piles them into a satchel. It says, "Good job, Yama. We're almost finished." And that's where we'll end our session. If you're on the stream, stick around for about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be right back. If you're on the podcast, thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, keep on adventuring. Welcome back to Warrior's Path, our Legend of the Five Rings actual play. Previously, just kind of to get you up to speed real quick, Griot Rico has found out that Yama is not so cool. Kitsuki got a cool brush. Utaku is in a brothel, and Isawa got a horse.
Oh, you did. All right.
In a coma.
Yeah.
One-armed coma.
All of that said, welcome back, and guys, let's get right into it. Isawa, let's start with you. You got a horse. You and Ikoma are together.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are riding as quickly as possible towards the capital.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a whole lot of conversation taking place.
Yeah, are y'all kind of at full gallop the entire time?
As much as
Kind of wearing the
possible.
horses out as much as you can? Okay, go ahead and roll me a some sort of skill check of some fashion. Survival.
Yeah.
Survival.
Yeah, roll me
Fitness?
Fitness for the horses?
So-
This could be good.
I think I'm doing this very hastily,
Mm-hmm.
so this will be a fire ring.
Okay.
And you want survival or
Survival
fitness?
or fitness, either one could work.
Well, I will personally choose fitness.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see.
You
here.
need 3.
I need 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know I'm keeping that one. I don't even really have to roll any further than that.
Okay.
I mean, I can keep 4 dice total, but it's going to be 3 successes and an opportunity.
Okay, awesome. And you're rolling in the fire ring, so for your opportunity, you can stress someone else out if you want to.
The horse.
You can also
A coma.
stress out a coma.
He's already
He's
stressed.
already pretty well stressed. You can also
I look back at him. How's your arm feeling?
You're so disarming
settle.
these days.
you can perform the task in a flashy way, so you look really good while riding that horse.
Leave it.
I will look very prim and proper. Lady Utaku would be very proud to see my riding ability.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yeah. You're flashy enough to impress a battle maiden, but none of them are around. That's
So in
disappointing.
L5R he can ride, but in Piercing the Crystal Veil, he's...
No, I'm terrible.
All right. Never mind. We could talk for days about the difference in the dice mechanics. All right. So you guys are riding as fast as you can toward Otosan Uchi. It's going to take you 3 days to make it all the way there at full gallop. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to stop to sleep.
Yes.
Probably for a minimal amount of time. So you can probably make it there in about 2.5 days. So you just kind of take off and you're racing as fast as you can to get there. Kitsuki, you are in the City of Lies, now very alone. So a bumbling detective.
I'm pretending. Okay, it's fine. What was the last thing?
The last thing you did was you grew a mountain inside of a shrine.
No. What was the last thing Bayushi said? What would he meet us after the city? After he was done with his?
He didn't really give you any indication. He just
Okay.
kind of had to run off because he got found.
All right. I guess I'll try and get a horse then and try to go to the capital. I assume she can figure it out herself wherever she went. You're fine. You're fine.
Where
Well,
did everyone go?
I know I need to go to the capital.
No.
But
well,
I'm in
I
a
mean-
brothel. I might as well just hang out here for a while.
All right, go ahead and roll me a commerce check. You're well, not this character, but
Commerce.
you did have a character that was built around that.
How about skullduggery?
If you're gonna steal the horse,
Ah, dude. All right.
Just paint yourself a horse.
Okay. Well, you see,
you do have that ability.
I'm gonna find a horse. That's not a find a horse check.
And you're not striped out because it was opportunity.
Came
versus
around the corner
stripes.
and there's a donkey.
Wow.
There's a fainting goat.
Chicken. You got no successes.
Mm.
Giddy up.
Not a chocobo, a chicken.
I'll
No,
try
he's
and
holding
do-
in his hands.
Ironically, you're still a samurai and can request a horse.
But he has to find one first.
Grab a peasant.
He doesn't know where to go.
Look, I'm not used to this. I'll just go outside and actually try and make a horse with the thing,
Okay.
maybe.
Excellent.
Outside of, like, eyesight of people.
Excellent.
I really want to see this roll.
A wooden
because
horse?
At the end of the day, I want to know what kind of horse he actually is riding.
Let's see.
It's a
All
stick
right, so it can
horse.
be either theology or culture, or if you have an artisan skill. By the way, everybody got 5 experience at the end of that last
good.
session.
No, I can.
Including Graham?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
We'll do culture.
Okay. So
You
your
can
culture
roll one.
check for creating a
I'll
horse is
do-
going to be target number 4.
We'll do
What ring are you using?
fire, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Passion of the odds.
No.
Fire does turn strife into success. So you do have 4 showing.
Yeah. That's 3 keep and 1 opportunity. Sorry.
All right, 1 opportunity, 2 strife, 4 successes. So you are going to take those 2 strife, and you paint a serviceable horse. It's able to be ridden, and it's
It's not made of fire or anything.
it's,
right?
not, it's not made of anything weird.
All right. Does it have a saddle?
No,
Well.
you didn't paint a saddle. You painted a horse.
All right. Now we'll find a.
Now I'll paint a saddle.
Look. I'll find a peasant for
You quickly find a peasant who can lead you to the tack house, and you get a saddle that'll fit your horse that you have painted. Excellent.
This isn't strange. It's fine.
It's fun. I went outside and I found this horse.
It's a pretty good horse by my estimations, but
It's got 6 legs, runs a little faster.
All right.
I don't know what a horse looks like, so it's got like mandibles.
Mandibles.
It's got this giant sag in the middle of it.
And it craves human flesh. You know?
Gosh. Can you draw cravings? All right, we're going to shift over to Utaku. You're standing
I'm
face
glad
to
I'm not
face.
seeing this horse.
Yeah. Standing face to face with this woman who is clothed only in a sheet.
Part of my intrusion. Do you know where I am?
Do you know where you are?
Obviously not. I'm asking. I
Um,
climbed up a ladder underneath the bed.
She kind of holds the fan up defensively and looks under the bed. There certainly is a door there. Who are you? You're in. This is. Oh, hold on. And she goes behind a screen and throws on like a robe, a kimono, as it were, and comes back around and says, You're in the Bright Wind Geisha House.
Do you happen to know what city I'm in? I just like to. I was,
Well, I thought we were more famous than that, but we're you can usually only get here by invitation. This is where you're in Otosanuchi.
That's the capital or the Scorpion capital?
That's the capital.
Okay. My apologies. I have not been to the capital in recent days.
Or ever, maybe.
or ever.
Are you here to kill me?
No. Why? Did you do something wrong?
Depends on whose standard you're measuring by.
I measure by my own.
Well,
And the laws. But I only know what I see.
why
I just
are
got
you
here.
here?
I was meant to be
You
here, I
said you
guess.
climbed through a ladder. What? I don't even know where this came from.
Well, I came from, what was the City of
City
Lies.
of Lies, yes.
Well-
I can't remember the actual name.
Well, I came from the City of Lies. But that's not where I hail from.
I was about to say, you look unicorn. I literally come from the City of Lies. Would you mind waiting here for a moment?
Why?
I would like to retrieve my manager.
I want to sense that motive.
Sentiment.
Sentiment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be nice and calm in reading these
Okay.
earth. Look, I'm using another ring besides water. Ah, yes.
Someone
One success.
got it. On the die.
She
And an opportunity.
She seems sincere.
What can I do with that opportunity?
With that opportunity in water, you can remove strife. Oh, earth.
Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
Run
I
her
did something
down.
different.
You can reassure another character in the scene to allow them to remove 2 strife.
I think that's appropriate.
I'll reassure her.
Yeah. Yes, I will stay here. Won't even use my secret escape route.
Shimmy back down.
She leaves and comes back.
By the way, I like the robe.
That would be distasteful.
You're in a geisha house. It's not distasteful.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
She leaves and comes back, and behind her is a small girl you would imagine to be about 10 or 12 years old.
this is your manager?
So you came through.
The floor? I know, it's hard to believe, but
No, I just didn't think it was gonna be you.
surprises are great.
I really thought it was gonna be that lion fella.
Which lion fella?
Oh, he's a real talker. Seemed like I would like him. Kind of why I,
like
was
him.
hoping for him. Do you know him?
Well, I know a lion fella that's pretty talkative.
Why you though?
Well, I went to the I
It
went
no,
to a
no,
shrine
It shows you. It picked you.
Well-
Why you?
because I chose to go up the ladder.
No, you wouldn't have seen the ladder. The ladder picked you.
You know,
What's special about you, Otaku? What stands out? Who are you? Because I've been watching you,
well, that's creepy.
and I really just
Oh,
kind of
You've
felt like you were there.
Been watching me? I was
I've
there.
been watching all of you.
Well, I mean, I was there.
No, but I mean just there. You're just there. You don't even have a horse, for crying out loud.
Now who's twisting the dagger? It's not my choice to not have a horse.
I've been calculating it since Toshi Rambo, and none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. And all these people, they're probably about right now. And about that time, you kind of get this wave of memory where the shadows clear out, and you see that they're normal people. And the shadows at the battle are normal people. And very suddenly, this geisha who's here, her memory gets cleared, and she's like, looks horrified. Yeah, that's about what I expected. And
Well, I mean,
yes, how did you? Why did the universe decide on you?
'cause sometimes people have to be there. I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. I knew of someone who was a philosopher. I didn't much care for him. I love your character, but
Let me ask you this:
head was always in the clouds.
if I could grant you a ladder, to the new emperor, what would you do?
Shivery cricket.
If I told you that the emperor had been
Hold on.
if I told you that the emperor had been also fooled, perhaps more fooled than you were, and I gave you a ladder to him, what would you do?
More fooled than I.
Like he didn't know what he was doing. What would you do? There are most in this capital that would strike him down and would be justified in it.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about striking him down, but I guess, truthfully, if he too was fooled, it would depend on his actions to go forward. If he was fooled into, if you say that he was, the emperor was tricked into giving him the throne, and that he was unknowingly a part of that.
What if I told you that you already know the real culprit? That you met him in Toshi Rambo?
I can't remember the Kikita name. I'm going to say his name, the crane guy.
No, not
He did.
him.
I know who.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, not him.
Unicorn is going to not trust the crane over the lion
No,
first.
you were actually helped.
Or, I mean the crab. Sorry.
But just pretending that you know. I don't want to give too much away. You've got a journey
so
in
not
front of
him.
you.
Well, I guess
What
that
do you
would leave.
What do you do when you're encountered with the person behind the total destruction of Rokugan?
Oh, confronted to the person behind the destruction?
Yes. What do you do?
Stop him?
How?
Well,
What do you do with the thousands of people who followed him? Like Grio.
well. I guess it would depend on their position or their status, would it not? Those who follow the way of the samurai would be given their way to honorably repent for this.
Interesting. Then I think that's why it's you.
I mean, it's me because I'm here. There was a ladder and I climbed it. As I said, I'm not very good with spirits and the likes of magic.
Understandable. Well, she reaches over and grabs what looks like a canvas casing, like a scroll casing, a very large one, hands it to you. When you're ready to call your friends, I'm reluctant to do this. Use that. Oh, and I think you forgot something under the bed.
Look under the bed.
You see that the hole is there, but you can't see into it.
I mean, what? Are you wanting me to go through the hole?
I think you forgot something there.
Well, this is really awkward. Climb under.
You kind of stick your head through the hole, and you're in a closet. And you recognize this closet. It is your family's closet back home. So it would be a really easy one to climb into and resume life as you knew it. But what she wanted you to see is your father's Naginata leaning against the wall.
I'll grab it.
Okay. Father, forgive me.
I have a job to do.
And as you try to get out, you find you have a very hard time angling it to get it out of the
Just
closet.
start crying up the bed.
Is that a dishonorable act?
To pry up the bed?
To steal your father's naginata.
It's borrowing.
It's all semantics.
It is.
It was in the closet. Free to use.
Yep. That's correct. Free to use.
that is exactly what that means.
I trained with it growing up.
Yep.
Okay, so you do have a naginata now.
All right.
Yes.
Then I'm going to ask, would it be okay to know your name?
You haven't figured it out yet? Lady Utaku. I'm the Oracle of the Air.
Oh. That's why we were, okay. I thought you would be somewhere...
Taller.
Well, yes, taller would be first, but also somewhere more secluded, like all the other oracles we've come across.
Is there anything more lonely than a geisha house? Chew on that philosophy for a little bit, Utaku. I'm gonna go check another room. She walks out.
I gotta know. Run.
Is there anything more lonely than a 10-year-old in a brothel?
Let me write that down in words of wisdom.
Yeah, words of wisdom.
Well, not for this podcast. That does probably pose a very bad question.
Oh my!
So yeah, she leaves, and the scorpion woman says, "Can I have my room back?"
Well, I guess I have places to go, and then I'm going to look inside the scroll case. I have no. She handed me a scroll case. I don't know what to.
You open it up and you see that it's a rolled up rope ladder.
Well, I mean, it came through a ladder that led from nowhere. Pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop-out.
You smack the mirror or
No,
whatever.
like pop it out like a whip.
Yeah, no, I know. You smack whatever's
No,
on the dresser.
I was heading out the room. I was going to go to a place open, not inside.
Oh, okay. You did not describe this.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay,
Actually,
where are you
know what? How long is the rope ladder?
But I mean, I don't know. I didn't make that part up. It fits into the scroll case.
At least from here to there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to say it's not as long as the room, and I'll go to one side of the room, and then I'll pop it.
Okay,
We'll see what happens. Nothing?
you pop it. Roll me some sort of theology. Yeah, roll a theology check
I got a yellow dice here.
with air.
Oh, with air.
Oh, but also your air ring goes up by 1, and I should mention to you, Katsuki, your void ring goes up by 1.
Okay. Oh boy.
And I think your water ring is up by 1, Isawa, due to your blessing of the water.
I don't think I ever calculated that one, but okay.
Yeah, it should be, if it's not.
All right.
Three
changes a few things.
successes. 3 successes.
3 successes, awesome. What are you trying to do? You succeed, what are you trying to do?
I was thinking about popping it up like a ladder. So I came up through the floor.
Ah, yes.
I want a horizontal ladder. People. No, I don't know how it works. She gave me a rope ladder and said, "When you're ready, this will call your friends here." And I'm like,
Trying to figure out how it's
trying to figure out how it works.
So what are you imagining as you do this? Or are you just
a
literally
working
just...
rope ladder.
I'm imagining a working rope ladder. They're gonna climb up and-
He's expecting it to be just automatically, magically elongate into a ladder. I think.
like into a portal into the.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Very good. Very
So
good.
your success is knowing that doesn't work.
It don't work. It's all
You're
right.
standing in a geisha house miming.
That's right.
As the geisha is looking, I'm like, what are you doing?
Getting more and more
Putting it back in. Do you know how this works?
Okay, so you wander out. Excellent. Grio, let's move over to you. Yeah, you see Yama leave in that manner. What do? You've got 2 guards with you. Neither of them have spoken to you since the memories came back.
This is very troubling. I trusted Yama, but those scrolls, and I collected those scrolls.
Seems there are many things you have done in error.
It definitely does. Can you get me to the emissary for the crab?
I don't know. And the guard that's speaking to you kind of turn to her, and you see that she is, like, tears are streaming down her face.
What is wrong?
My emperor is dead. I'm guarding you because I have to, and the scrolls are collected and gone, and
It is not the time for weeping, it's a time for action. We have to...
what do you suggest I do,
I don't...
Emperor?
I realize you say that with contempt, and I do not blame you. I respect your feelings. I ask you one thing. Be sincere. Tell me truthfully. Do not hide behind these charades
I
of
won't hide.
honor and these things. I wish to know truthfully, because only when we get to that point can we figure this out. We have to... The only thing I know is to get to the crab, because above all else, they wish to protect Rokugan. They
It's
don't.
just the biggest irony right now.
It's fine. It's fine.
They don't go in for all this sincerity, or not all insincerity. I wish I saw a friend. Did you see the man that was speaking to the woman? Now, does he remember all that? Does he remember that Miramoto
Yeah.
was there?
Yeah, he remembers Miramoto. He remembers Kakita. He remembers the whole.
No. I'm talking about. Does he remember that? Does he recognize that was Miramoto
Yes.
talking to the woman?
Yes,
Okay.
and he just thinks it was Miramoto. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know. Griot at this point doesn't even know that she was the Dark Oracle of the Void.
Okay.
She was just the woman.
But he puts 2 and 2 that woman had something to do with all the false
I don't
memories?
know that. I think he needs to roll some sort of sincerity check to see if
A
he.
sentiment?
Yes, sentiment.
Oh, great, because I got all kinds of sentiment.
That's probably why she got one over on you so easy. Yeah, I think you know definitely that your memories were messed with. You assume she's involved, but you don't know how much.
Okay.
Because, like, the oracles and all of that mess, like, that has been clouded to you.
So that would be analyze, possibly?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or theorize, maybe.
Either one would be fine.
We'll go with theorize.
You have, what, a 4 fire ring? Or
No.
3?
I got a 3 fire
Okay.
ring and a 2 air ring. And I got absolutely nothing
Yeah.
in sentiment. Unless it was theology, but probably sentiment. All right. 1 success, 1 opportunity.
I think you do...
This is not his strong suit.
Again, you know that she was involved, but you can't tell how much or why.
All right, so I have no idea.
You know that whatever Miramoto did with her, like with the writing in the air and all that stuff, that is what restored memory.
Okay.
So, like, you know that in some way Miramoto came in, ball of black lightning, restored everything. And that's the extent of what you can surmise right now.
I wish my friend Miramoto. I wish to speak to him. I need to get to the dragon or the crab clan. They're the only 2 clans that I truly trust at this point. I do not know what I can find out. I don't know how to fix this, but we have to find Yama and those scrolls.
Where would they go? What would they be doing? Why?
You talking about
Why
Yama?
did you bring that wolf into our palace? Why did we let you?
I don't know these things, but there was a veil. I know there was a veil that was hidden, and I see some of the things that I have done. But I'm not going to focus on the failure. I'm not going to focus on that because that will just paralyze us. We will not be able to take action. Rokugan is in danger. This we both agree. What got us here is not what we need to focus on. We need to focus on what we can do to fix it. We need to take action. And I don't know what action to take. This is not... There was also a man that traveled with Muramoto, an Asawa. And I killed his father.
Seems like you've made a habit of destroying our people.
He was possessed by the shadow, or so I thought. So I was led to believe.
Which you now see there was no shadow.
Right. As your emperor, I was trying to save Rokugan. But there was a veil across my eyes. It caused me to see things that were not there. And somehow Yama, who I'd followed, who was a trusted friend and companion, who I modeled my life after, was also part of this. And I don't... I have to contain the fury that is inside me. But I have to hit something. I need a direction, and I don't know where to go.
She kneels down and holds up her katana on both hands.
What are you doing?
And you see the other guard kind of steps beside her, and he's been silent the entire time. He does the same thing. And she says, let us. Allow us to restore our honor. We can't go with you.
In what way are you talking about? You talking about Seppuku?
We allowed our emperor to be destroyed.
But
we
it
allowed
is...
ourselves to be deceived. It doesn't matter the means.
And how are you at fault? And why are you taking this responsibility? This is one of the things I'm talking about that is so wrong with Rokugan. You are honored. You followed your duty. Just because something beyond your control brought this about doesn't mean that you cannot bring honor by restoring, protecting. How are you going to protect Rokugan? Are you not abandoning that honor right now by asking to remove yourself? You are needed here, now.
To protect you,
No!
who we hate.
You may hate me. Use that hate. I don't care. It is Rokugan is all that matters right now. And Rokugan is in danger. And you are asking me to give you permission to leave that danger, to abandon your post. I will not do that.
And you hear a ting behind you.
And I turn.
There's a dark hallway.
What is this?
Roll a fitness check.
Well, at least I got some fitness.
You do have a little bit of fitness.
I would hope so. You're crab.
Just a little bit.
And let's see. Do you care what ring I use?
Nope.
Well,
Well then, let me have all of my dice.
alrighty then. I don't know how many success I need.
How many did you get?
Well, right now, let's see. I get to keep 5 dice. Right now, right now I have 5 success, and
And it crits. Explosions. It's good.
7
Yeah.
success.
You have another explosion.
Yep. And that's 2 strife. That's 4 strife so far. 7 success. 4 strife. 8 success and 5 strife.
You block one of them, but 2 darts, not really even darts, throwing daggers, whiz past you. You're able to knock one with your Tetsubo, thunk, and it falls to the floor. But the other hits the female guard right in her chest, buries deep,
Okay.
and she's bleeding out.
Okay. Now, this door, it was a doorway that opened?
It was a long hallway,
A long
like
hallway.
a tunnel,
That opened. And do I see where these darts came from?
from a tunnel,
From the tunnel.
Dark tunnel.
Okay.
the dark tunnel,
The dark tunnel. I can't see what's down there.
right?
No, it's since the start.
Okay.
I appreciate the clarifying questions.
Wait, is it dark?
Hell dark.
Do I hear anything down this dark tunnel? Did I hear anything down
That's
this
where you heard the clang come from.
The clang came from the tunnel. But the tunnel wasn't there before, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
it
is the
was.
tunnel you walked down.
Oh, it was the tunnel we walked into this
Yes.
room from. Okay, so, okay. Now, is there a way to get cover?
There's that platform that Yama was standing on.
Okay, so we could get behind that,
You
theoretically.
could.
Well,
Yep.
I see her bleeding out. I'm going to...
You can roll medicine to try to.
Path to inner peace.
Okay. Which does what?
If you succeed, you mend your target's exhausted muscle. The target removes fatigue equal to your water ring plus your bonus successes. Each target cannot be affected by the path to inner peace
Oh.
invocation again until the end of the scene.
So you roll water, I'm
Yep.
assuming? Water and medicine?
Water and theology.
Water and theology, okay.
And
So
it's a
you drag her
TM2.
you drag her behind this pedestal and you kind of pry
Right.
out the dagger
And I say, and I tell him, guard the door, and we will find out who did this. And I got not good enough.
Not
Well
good to
then.
know.
Yep.
and as you're doing this, you see another 2 daggers fly in, and one hits him in the chest and the other in the stomach.
Oh, the other guy?
He just sat there with his sword held up.
Looks like you may get your wish. And I will try to heal him.
Ooh.
Or is he beyond?
He's pretty much beyond healing.
In that case, I armor of earth. And I am going to charge down the hallway.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the armor of earth. And then, actually, go ahead and roll initiative. This thing has already started, so we'll do initiative first, which is going to be... Oh, where is my combat deal?
All right.
I believe it's a tactics
It's
check.
tactics
for a skirmish.
check plus whatever you've got from
Is it-
your vigilance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around it correctly.
Skirmishes.
Tactics check is your vigilance plus bonus
for
successes.
me, it would be focus, right? Because I'm reacting to a threat. I already know it's a threat. It's not
no,
if
it's
there's a
it's
threat.
determined by the type of conflict that you're going into.
Okay.
Is what it would be.
Because it says perceive threats or react to threats.
I think focus is more for duels, and then
Yeah, focus does tend to be
Because
more
we're already
for
in the middle of
rules.
combat.
Yeah, let's stick to vigilance right now because I don't want to dive too deep into rules. Hopefully this doesn't last very long anyway. So go ahead and roll your whatever ring you're going to and roll tactics with it. So it's target 2 and you get bonus successes on top of it. And what ring are you rolling?
Earth. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 success.
Okay. And what is your vigilance?
Now vigilance is 2.
2? Okay. So this character is going to go first.
Okay.
And you see a samurai, mostly in a kimono, not wearing particularly heavy armor, walks through, and the first thing you see is a sword that it's wielding, and it's got a sort of The blade isn't regular steel. It's got a what is it? It's not the hue. It's got almost a design built into it. It was forged in a Damascus style.
Okay.
So it's got kind of the marbling, and the marbling in it is like a flame,
blade
like a
itself.
crimson flaming red that just kind of shines as he walks in.
Okay. So he walks in.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of takes his stance, and he goes into a defensive stance.
Okay, and I armor of earth. Dang, I'm going to strike that real quick.
You can spend. Is it in every? It's
Oh,
one
that's
for
right.
one
That's
for
right.
the
That's right.
Opportunities.
Yep, you're right.
Mhm.
I've been forgetting that.
One of them's better. I think it's water.
Water is, yeah.
Nope, can't keep that. Okay. Oh yeah, I can because that was a. All right, so, I get. All right, so a suit of armor envelops me of stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You almost gather it up from around you.
it's just
And how many opportunities did you get?
I got 2 opportunities.
Okay, so you can use one to make that last until the end of the encounter, like until the end of the scene.
Yes, and then 1 also to make it durable. Wait, 1 persists until the end of the scene, and then 1, the armor you summon has the durable quality.
Okay.
Okay. So, and 1 more or 2 more it would have taken, but anyway, so that increases the armor so I got 4 success, so that gives me an armor bonus of 2. Oh, it goes 7. Gives me an armor bonus of 7. It's my Earth Ring plus 2. So 7. And I look at him and I say, why did you kill them?
They deserved to die.
They did not deserve to die. Does anybody truly deserve to die at this point that was serving Rokugan? Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
Should I?
He steps more into the light. And you do recognize. You met him in the forest when you initially met Isawa.
Oh, is he
Kakita.
Kakita.
Isamo.
Yeah. What brings you here?
My emperor died. I've come to avenge him.
So you think that's going to save Rokugan?
No. But it is the right thing.
What is right?
Is
I've
this
been pondering that my whole fucking life.
is this to the death, Griot?
No.
Then what are your terms? If
What
I
are my
strike
terms?
you down, you step down
If
from
I
the throne.
defeat you, you help me save Rokugan.
And if I defeat you, you step down from the chrysanthemum throne and place somebody appropriate atop it.
Deal.
Willingly.
Agreed.
And that's where we'll end the session. Didn't expect that. Okay.
Very
We're going to take a brief break if you're here with us on the stream. If you're not, if you're listening to this later on, we hope you're enjoying these episodes so far. They're getting pretty intense, and we hope to join us, or we hope you will join us next time. Until then, keep on adventuring.
Oh, you were to
Welcome back, everybody, to Warrior's Path. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. We're back from another break, so if you're joining us on the podcast last time on Warrior's Path, Kakita Isamu showed back up and challenged Griot to a duel. In the meantime, Lady Utaku got the blessing of the air, Oracle of Air, in the form of a rope ladder that somehow creates ways for people to get to her. She doesn't know really how that works yet. Isawa is on his way on horseback still, and Kitsuki is painting horses.
It's an enjoyable holiday.
All of it's action-packed. So, Griot, let's go ahead and start with your duel. I think that's most appropriate. So at the beginning of each duel, you're going to roll a meditation check. You roll initiative every time you get into a duel. Or every time you're in another round of the duel. It's called the stare down.
Got you.
So as tension mounts during a duel, even the most stoic samurai feel a building pressure. The warrior's senses are elevated, and even the crunch of gravel or the cicada's cry becomes thunderous. This is the stare down. It's going to be at the start of every phase 2 of the duel. So I misspoke. You don't re-roll initiative every round, but you're going to offer some of your composure to basically edit your roll. If you feel like you need to, edit your initiative each round. During the stare down, each character receives strife equal to the number of the rounds. So this first round, both of you are going to receive 1 strife. 2 for the second, 3 for the third, and so forth. Additionally, to receiving this strife, any character who is not compromised can bid extra strife to add to your initiative roll.
Okay.
You can basically add to your stress in order to give yourself a leg up.
Okay.
And essentially you'll bid something, and when we get to the end of the stare down, we'll both reveal how much we've bid, and that'll determine the order of initiative.
Okay.
Then
And if you win, then you use the strife, or you use the strife no matter what?
you use the strife no matter what. All right. Are you ready for your duel?
I guess so.
Okay, so we both take 1 strife. First and foremost. After the 1 strife, you can choose to try to influence the flow of battle by submitting a number of strife to try to beat his initiative. Now, you don't know what his initiative is. Yours is currently at 6.
But
That's
I know
all you
he
know.
beat me.
You don't know that he beat you.
Yeah. And basically, I could inflict damage on him before he could inflict damage on me.
If you do get over his initiative, you would have a chance to go first.
And if we tie?
If you tie, I believe the person that spends the most strife at that point would go first.
Okay.
I think it's the other way.
Okay. I'll spend 1 strife. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you, am I?
Nope.
It's fine. He's not spending any,
Okay.
but he still does beat your initiative.
Okay.
So he will go first, and he is going to move into a. He's going to choose his stance to be a fire stance,
Okay.
as he has done so far that you've known him. He lowers his left hand to a second weapon that you see at his side, and he very quickly, almost lightning fast, moves towards you and unsheathes the sword and slashes at you. He's going to deal 13 damage
So I take...
using his Ei Jutsu Cut Rising Blade. So he comes in, wham, as hard as he can with one. Oh, sorry, not 13, 11. So you're going to wind up, because your armor's at a 7, because of your armor of earth, you're going to wind up taking 4 fatigue. But he slams into the rock, and it hurts. Like, physically, you feel a bruise, almost like you got hit by a sword while you're wearing armor. He also, though, does have an opportunity, which he is going to use to activate his another style called Spinning Blade style. So he hits you with the Aijutsu cut, and then he continues with his sword that he already had drawn. Now that one glows with a particular sheen as he swings it at you. But it only gets to deal his base damage on this particular swing, which would be exactly 7. So it doesn't go through your physical armor. And he notices that as he kind of slides past the rock. He hits you, notices that one hurts. It chips off quite a bit of rock, hits you with the other one, and it just kind of slides along. And he kind of smiles. You're not making this easy.
That is not my intent.
Okay, your action.
Okay, so I guess I just strike at him. And I don't have any real fancy fighting styles.
Now, what weapon are you using? Are you using your Tetsubo?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the tunnel is fairly narrow, so I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1.
Well,
for
he
using
came in.
this.
I'm not in the tunnel. We're in the room. He came into the
Oh,
room.
that's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The room's not huge, but yeah, you've got some
Okay.
space.
All right, so I'm going to swing at him, taking a step back. Okay, to give myself room.
Okay.
So that now, how far do I have to get back to get to range 2?
You are currently at like range 0. He's engaged, or no, you're at range 1. It's katanas. So you'd have to move back a range band. So it'd be your whole movement.
Okay, but I get movement and then I can still swing. Okay.
Yep. So you move back to range 2.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing?
I'm going to do Iron Forest style.
Okay, so that generally adds extra things you can do with opportunity, right?
Well, basically, it makes him have to take a target number 4 fitness check
To move into his
just to
space.
even get into close to me.
Yeah, so you don't have to roll for that. That is a style that you have. So when you make a martial arts melee check, you can spend extra opportunity in the following way. You get to spend it. The area in range of your weapon counts as dangerous terrain for a target. So basically, like, when you make an attack, you're not making an attack as a part of the Iron Mountain style. You are activating Iron
I'm
Mountain
just
by
basically
using
keeping
an
him at a
opportunity.
range.
Yeah, but you have to make an attack first and
You
then
have to
use an opportunity in order to activate that.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what attack are you just making a regular strike against him, or are you going to use an ability? with it?
Striking is Earth.
Striking is Earth. Okay, what does that one do?
Treat your physical resistance as 1 higher per opportunity spent
Yes,
this
I know,
way.
yeah.
So that's another opportunity ability. So those stances,
Yeah, I don't really have.
those stances kind of give you boosts to using opportunity. It gives you extra ways to use opportunity in combat, which is very, very strong. But they're not abilities in and of themselves. So I would just make a regular swing at it.
Well,
And
that's
you're-
basically what I'm doing.
You are
Yeah.
in Earth. Is what
I
you're-
am in
you're
Earth.
intending?
Now, the prone condition means he has to stand up. That's just a movement. Okay.
Swing, batter, swing.
Yeah, not very good. So
That's target number 2 check.
that's true, and I got lots of opportunity, which would help with the strife.
And setting up the styles.
Yep. Okay, so it does 7 damage, and the deadliness is 5, so I could use 5 opportunity to do a critical hit on him.
No, so you'll use 2 opportunity to just kind of swing through and do that crit.
How are
If
you
you want.
keeping? How are you?
But you've got
keeping
to
your dice?
only keep 5 dice. So you've got to pick what you're going to keep before you can do that.
So these are gone. And so that's 4 opportunity, 2 strife. Ooh, but I need the.
In order to do a physical critical strike, you have to hit.
Yeah.
Well, he only had a target number of 2. He's going to hit. He's got those 3 whites that are sitting there. It's a matter of what he's going to do with the 2 opportunity that's left over, whether he's going to set up a fighting style or whether he's going to activate a crit.
And the crit could theoretically do.
5's like break something, I think. Like breaking armor.
Yeah, so what is I can't remember what your Tetsubo's critical.
It's
Your,
like 5.
it's
yeah.
5 deadliness, yeah. So you would start with just that 5 deadliness crit. Which is essentially you do a debilitating gash.
He can reduce it also. With the
Yeah,
fitness
he gets to
dice.
make a fitness check against your crit
Oh,
before
gotcha.
it
So
runs
it
your
depends
damage.
on what you think is more advantageous early in the duel. Is it your is it your stance, or is it trying to
Blocking,
initially doing
Yeah.
a heavy hit?
So I can use one opportunity to cause him to have to do a fitness check in order to just get within range to hit me, because
Yes.
a katana is a range 1, right?
Yeah.
And I'm keeping him at range 2 if he fails his fitness.
Yes.
And I would also could use one opportunity to increase my physical resistance by 1.
Yes. But then you wouldn't be critting.
Well, I need 2 to crit, don't I?
Yeah, you need two. You need 2 opportunities to crit. Yes.
Right. So, and I can only get one opportunity. Well, I can only get one opportunity.
Well, that's not true because you have a bunch of dice still in there. You only get to keep 5.
Correct.
So if you kept these 2 and the 3 white dice, then you have enough to deal damage, which is doing his fatigue.
Got you.
Just not critting, and then you have 2 left over.
And you could either activate both of your techniques, or you could do a crit.
Yeah.
That's your choice.
And it does 1 less damage to him, but it has to penetrate his armor.
What does one?
In order to do fatigue to him, yes.
Right.
Oh, he's unarmored. Is what you said, yes?
Okay.
He's not wearing heavy armor.
Oh, he's in a kimono.
Rick, this
Okay.
is what I'm going to ask you. Do you think you're going to be able to take another 11 to 13 point hit?
Yeah, I can take another 11 to 13 point hit.
Yeah, his armor's persistent. And if he
Okay.
does the striking
It's
his
8.
earth, it goes up to 8
Right.
from the 7.
So
He could make it 9, actually.
That is true. You can spend both of those on striking his earth because it's a strife plus or an opportunity plus.
plus,
So you could make it a 9.
and I'm going to assume he's got good fitness check.
Yes, it's probably safe to assume.
Right. And with his plus he's using
Yes.
fire, so he's going to.
But you're in a duel, so you have to make a choice.
Don't
I
overthink
understand.
it. Go with it.
Duels are supposed to be fast.
Not with me.
So you struck 4 more times in this conversation.
Right. He will. He will increase his armor.
Okay. So you hit. What's your base damage on the Tetsubo? Is it 7?
7, so it's 9.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, 8. Because it's
Yeah.
bonus successes.
Yeah.
So 8, and then you take 1 strife as well
Correct.
from that strife. So 8 damage is going to deal a pretty good chunk to him. It's more than you took. I'll say that. So you hit him with that Tetsubo, and he kind of blocks it with his arm. Like he holds up his left arm that has the his like original katana, like totally normal one. And he blocks the Tetsubo and just pushes it away. And you can tell like that hurt. Like it ripped some of the cloth of his kimono, and you can tell he felt that one for sure. So next we're back into the showdown phase. But before we go into the next round, we're going to shift over to Utaku. Lady Utaku, you have tried to whip the ladder, and it didn't really work inside of that room. What else would you like to try?
I will, I guess, try to tie it to something and then think about one of my companions. I'll
Okay.
think about Asawa first because I don't know magic.
Okay.
So I'm like, how would he do this? Maybe I don't know.
Okay. So go ahead and tie that up and
Suddenly,
roll
Sawa and a
me
horse
the
fall through the wall.
At
roll
breakneck
me a
speeds.
theology check.
I'm putting a lot of
Slamming
I'm
into
putting
the
a lot of
opposite wall.
effort into this.
Okay.
Oh,
A lot of thought behind this.
Now your Scorpion Geisha is really pissed.
It's like, what are you doing? I'll keep those and then explosion. Okay. 3 successes.
Perfect.
And I'll take 1 strife.
So Asawa, as you're kind of your back's against a tree, you're camping. You guys have made camp for the evening, and you feel something kind of hit you on the top of the head. It makes a thunk sound like a branch falling on you,
Of course, I'm gonna look and be like, "What the heck?"
and you see a rope ladder down the tree, and it just kind of goes up into the tree to where you can't see it.
I'm gonna give it a tug.
It's secure.
This is while he's riding full speed.
No, he's
No,
camping.
Oh,
You're camping.
Stranger things have happened
Knocks
lately.
him off his horse, you know.
Stranger things have happened lately, so Isao will take a look up the tree, see if you can see anything.
You can't see where it ends. It just kind of looks like it goes up the tree forever.
I'll reach over and kind of tap.
Hey, what's...
There's a rope here.
Was that here when we got here? You were
No.
supposed to check out camp.
It wasn't here when we got here.
No, that wasn't his job.
Okay. What's up there?
You want to find out?
Yeah, you should go find out. I only got one arm. Because somebody pulled me into a portal.
Hey, you know what? Stuff happens.
And immediately runs off.
It pulls the rope ladder up behind him.
What's up there? And you stick your head, like you come out from under, like, where did you tie the
Like
rope? ladder
I
onto?
went outside the room and then found like the nearest like post or something to tie it to.
So you like climb this ladder and you find like, there's not tree here, it's dirt. And so you kind of push up on the dirt and it falls on you. And Akoma's like, hey, where'd you get dirt? And you push up through it and your arm reaches through. Itaku, what do? You see a human arm push through the dirt.
I want to say it, just push it back down because I'm like,
You're not him.
I don't think you're in.
I've seen Night of the Living Dead. Let's get out of here.
I'll help pull it up.
Okay.
Slightly
Asawa,
until I
you feel
see it.
somebody grab your hand. What do you do?
Flaming katanas.
No, I need to hold on to stuff.
Whoosh with the hand that he reached for. No. As you pull back down, a bunch of dirt comes loose and you look through it and you see Utaku standing above you.
What are you doing in a tree?
What are
Who's
you
in the
doing-
tree?
What are you doing in the ground?
What did you do?
Who's it? Hey, who is it? Who's up there?
I found a rope.
It's Lady Utaku. She found a rope.
Lady Utaku, hold on, I'll be right there. This is going to be real hard. I'm using my teeth. It's very shaky.
That is so wrong.
I'll finish climbing up.
It's very hard. I'm using my teeth.
I'll finish climbing up and then grab the rope and start pulling.
Okay, yeah, he's like, oh, that's so much easier. My teeth are getting tired.
Where are we?
I say the name of the.
Orosanuchi. Oh, the brothel. Okay, it's the Bright Wind Geisha House.
We're in the Bright Wind Geisha house in Odasan Uchi.
This is the point where Asawa really takes a look at him and goes,
Hot damn! Thank you, Lady Utaku. He gets up and runs inside.
I
like him a little less.
I like him a little more.
Oh man.
So, funny
Where's
thing.
Grio?
Oh no! You know what? I can't do it. We got things to do. I'm coming back for these ladies, but we gotta clean up this mess. We gotta find Grio and kill him.
That's right. That's right, because she didn't tell me. All right. She just asked the questions hypothetically.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, and you
I'll-
hear him say, "Who's the what? What just pinched me in the back of the head? Did you guys see something?
No.
All right,
Did I see something?
no, no, you didn't.
And then I'll do the
who
same.
gave you this rope?
The Oracle of Air.
May I see it?
The rope. It's right here. You were grabbing on.
And you see, it's not very long at all. It's like maybe 3 feet.
Okay.
But
I'm going to try and figure out, based more upon
think-
what's taking place.
think
if
I
there's-
Okay, roll
got it.
theology check.
I was like, I think I
Theology
got
air.
it. See,
No, great.
it went to you when I thought about you. So maybe we need to think about.
Grio. Bam!
Oh,
Obviously, I'm keeping those dice.
Were they really that? Okay.
Couple of explosives.
No, okay. I thought he just removed, like...
2 success, an opportunity, and a strife.
Okay, what are you trying to find out about it?
What it is and how it works.
Well,
Obviously, it pulls us from one place to another, but I don't know how.
It's a rope ladder that kind of, I mean, it disrupts the flow of time and space as it is.
and then I'm
That
gonna.
seems bad.
Yeah, it's not definitely not something you give to somebody on a whim.
for someone who doesn't know about magic.
It's fine.
What could go wrong?
I'm going to think about
Someone.
not Miramoto,
Diren. Diren?
Diren. I'm going to think about Diren, and then I'm going to try to do it again. Pretty much exactly like I did, but thinking about Diren.
Okay, so let's screen wipe over to Diren. You go into the City of Lies to attempt to find a saddle.
Do what? Oh, I'm going to get my horse.
The peasant,
He's got a horse for you.
the peasant who you find leads you kind of on a winding path through the city. And at some point you start to wonder, like, did he understand what I meant by the word saddle? And it's just, he's moving a little faster, a little slower at spots, kind of stops for a minute, looks around, moves faster again, and you feel totally lost at this point. You know the cardinal directions, maybe, but at this point you're just totally lost in the city. What do you...
Am I still following him?
Let's say
Or-
yes, for the moment.
I'll call out to him. Are you sure this is the way to the tack place where you...
Oh, I'm a samurai. I get you a ride.
All right, I'll follow him.
Okay.
From warily.
Okay. All right. So you kind of proceed through the town. Do you make any observations as you go?
I'll probably
Do you wanna-
watch myself, make sure people aren't because he's narrower and narrower streets type thing, or
Not really, just deeper and deeper into the city. To the point where you don't recognize any of the buildings.
Would the exact middle be basically the Bayou, whoever Bayou
Yes.
sees it? I'll try and be wary.
Okay. Excellent. Go ahead and roll me. Skullduggery would work.
Sure. Mm-hmm. 4, 3. I'll do void.
Okay.
5. Keep. Oh wait. Okay. What is that? 5 and then 1. 5 and 2 opportunity.
Excellent. As you're moving through this space, the sun is going down, and you do notice that there are some observant figures atop some of the roofs that you seem to see a couple of times as you go.
I'll think that's normal for Scorpion Land.
You didn't roll sentiment, so...
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Nothing to see here.
I'm fine.
So he leads you down several winding paths, and then finally you find yourself in front of the kind of Bayushi clan home. You get to ride from the bus.
All right. Fine. Do I announce myself in this type of situation?
I don't know, do you?
or-
You roll culture to figure it out.
Okay.
Figure out what the right
Fine.
deal is here. I mean, for a dragon, it makes sense that you wouldn't necessarily know offhand.
Filter.
Target 2.
Yeah. This is Earth, and I will do 2 and 1 opportunity in Earth.
Okay. Yeah, you know exactly how to introduce yourself and all those things.
You're totally peacocking.
So you kind of walk through the gate into the courtyard, and you see Aramoro kind of sitting and having tea with somebody in the courtyard. Kitsuki.
Appropriate bow to him.
Interesting. Interesting. Where's your companion?
Somewhere else, I believe, but I would like to... I just left them.
My powers of deduction have told me she
You
is
left
not
her
here.
Wait, you mean she's not here?
I was just... For some reason, a peasant led me here for transportation. I just needed a saddle for a horse. But
I see. Yes, I am afraid you're probably not going to leave this city. That's unfortunate. Perhaps you would like to enjoy a cup of tea before your departure.
You're right. As long as you drink first, I'm sure it's fine.
Absolutely. Why would I do anything else? So you sit down to have some tea.
The lord of this manor must be very insistent on the rules, I think. Even someone such as me was
Yes, she's
taught.
kind of particular. Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine. Yeah,
I think you're fine, so I'm
do
fine.
Great. This is gonna go.
You're
well.
fine. I'm fine. We're all fine
We're
here.
all fine.
How are you?
Figure
So
anything.
you sit down to
This is a boring
enjoy
channel.
your last cup of tea, as it were. And let's shift back over to Grio.
Oh.
Grio, you're in the stare down.
Okay.
How much strife would you like to spend? First off, you take 2 strife because it's round 2, automatically.
We're
Do you
almost
also,
done.
is this also when you're supposed to secretly choose your ring?
No, well, yes.
So you don't technically tell them what ring you're in, because they
Right.
can
Yeah.
stop you
Yeah,
from
they
being
can-
in that ring.
So I'll do this so you can secretly point at the ring that
Ah.
you want to choose.
He's fine. I'm not. Listen, I don't look at you guys dice. I'm not going to question his ring.
I wasn't saying that.
He knows what ring I'm wearing by the number of dice I'm rolling.
Fire it
I
is.
made that character.
Yeah,
I
I know. He
what's
built
going
the
on.
character. He knows. No, I'm not gonna spend.
So you're not gonna, and he's not gonna do it either. He already knows that he's
I
got.
spent
your-
one and it wasn't enough, so I know
Okay,
that.
you'd have to spend just a few more.
Right.
You don't have enough to spend.
No, I don't. But
Get on up there.
you don't. Just because you strife out doesn't mean you unmask,
You can choose to
become
unmask.
completely inactive.
huh?
No, you
No,
can't.
that's fatigue.
You can't take strife symbols with strife.
Right.
I think
Yes, that is correct.
that's how
right.
it's.
You cannot keep dice with
Yeah,
strife. When you,
That's right.
even in fire or void. I think. Which is,
I thought it was something different when dueling.
Oh,
I don't know, but if you want to find it, all right.
I will,
So
I will find it if it matters for future.
All right.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, he gonna hit you.
He's not even using the really cool.
Cool what?
All right. He doesn't get quite as many successes this time.
that's good.
It's good for you.
Okay, never mind. Because you didn't use the one that actually kept him at range. Correct.
No.
Right,
Okay.
he raised his armor right.
Well, that's because I just felt like his
Yeah.
It's only
his
like a
fitness
target.
probably was going to be good enough to defeat that.
It's like a target.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah. And he's using fire. If he was using something besides fire, then
You could stop him from using fire, technically, but.
All right, so
You would
that's
have
gonna
had-
be.
You would have had to set it up last turn, I think, is how it works. You can, like, predict what ring they'll be in, and then they can't use it and take strife.
So he's gonna deal 12.
so I take 3.
So you take 3, and he's gonna use his 2 opportunity to crit.
He's an Earth. In an Earth, they can't spend that opportunity to crit.
Is that right?
Unless he has.
Oh yeah, you're right. You cannot spend. Well, I didn't know he was in Earth technically, but
Ah. Assumedly, you're in Earth.
So he spent them willy nilly and nothing happens.
that's how it would play
That's
out.
how it would should.
Yeah, I would use that, and you'd say no. I'm in the Earth stance, so I block it successfully.
Okay.
So you take 3 fatigue from the damage.
Right, I took the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm doing the same thing I was
Okay.
doing before.
Whacking him.
All right.
That's a lot more opportunity.
Oh, and a
than
lot
you had
more.
last
Look
time.
at all the explosive success too.
Well,
Get to keep 5.
This duel is
popping.
the most important deciding factor that we've had in this campaign so far. I mean, it decides the entirety of the rest of Grio's storyline here.
I mean, not wrong.
like I've always it's so interesting, and I'm just filling spaces counts as dice because you've got to do a bunch of explosive rolls and stuff too. But I always kind of imagined duels in L5R being kind of fun one-on-one deals, but not really having much
Well, some of them are can be
story
really-
weight. But this one has some real story weight. It's very cool.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a target number 2 to hit. So I did 9
So you
Damage.
got 7 plus 2, yeah, 9.
damage, and this time I have 4. So I'm going to. I take 3 strife though, don't I? That's gonna strife me out.
At 10, you're not
Oh.
striped out if that's the number you're at.
Yep,
He
that'll
can do
put
a
me
finishing
10.
blow
Like at the exact number.
Yes.
You're not striped out technically yet.
when he becomes compromised
Yeah.
Okay,
or
and
unmasked.
I'm going to add those. Oh, I can crit you too.
Crit twice, I think. Or is it only one?
It's just 1.
Or I could just add 4 to my armor,
You
which
could.
which would give me 11 armor.
He might be like knocked pretty with 9. Is that enough to?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting to see what he does.
I actually don't want to crit him because I know he's acting on honor, so I'm just going to just boost my armor to 11.
Okay, and at the start of the next round, you take strife, 3 strife,
Yep, which strikes me out.
which puts you over, and it gives him an opening to make a finishing blow. And he will take advantage of that.
Man.
He drops his regular katana and grips the one with the Damascus cut in a double-handed grip, and he flips it and jabs directly at you, trying to find the weakest spot in your armor.
Ooh, he did some good there.
It's instead
I know what's going on here. Oh,
2
God.
times the deadliness.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's why katanas are used for this.
Yeah. It's instead of damage.
So what are you reading right now?
So for finishing blow, you choose to attack if you're, and one finishing blow can interrupt another.
Yeah.
This is resolved during step 6 of the check. If the character executing finishing blow succeeds, instead of dealing damage, the finishing blow inflicts a critical strike with severity equal to 2 times the deadliness of the weapon or attack action used, plus the attacker's bonus successes. Any other effects of the attack action are resolved as usual. If 2 characters trigger some finishing blow simultaneously for any reason, the one with the lower honor fully executes their finishing blow first.
This is how you actually kill people.
The good news, Rick, is you get to make a fitness check.
Make
The
it very
really,
good.
really bad news on the flip side is that, hang on, what is Razor Edge?
I think you can spend an opportunity to increase the deadliness.
To treat the deadliness of this weapon as 1 higher, so he's got one of those. So he's popping a deadliness of 23.
At what point, tell him, okay.
But he shouts as he does it. he shouts as he strikes his finishing blow. You will not win, Fu-Ling.
Okay. All right, so the fitness check does what?
How many successes do you have?
It ain't 23.
No,
It's not like
even.
11. Wow. That's very high. Oh, sorry, it was
All right, so let's see. And opportunities don't matter, only successes, right?
Correct.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay.
So that puts me at 16.
Do you say anything as he runs you through? He shouted, "You're gonna pay for this, Fu-Ling." kind of before he
Oh, my
before he
kidney?
charges.
I mean,
Right.
Oh no!
Oh,
Fu Ling is who we need to stop. Fu Ling is who we need to stop. You fool.
So I think here's how I think this plays out. Here's how Griot doesn't die right now.
huh?
Is to unmask because you just beat composure. You yield like immediately, like you drop the Tetsubo. You hear him yell that, and you're like, okay, I'm not his actual opponent, right?
Okay.
That's kind of how I see you not dying right now, because even
You-
with your fitness roll, it's at an 18.
Doesn't
Which
my
is-
armor deflect 11 of it? No.
No,
Oh.
no,
This-
not for the finishing blow. He you left yourself open. He found like a crack in your rocks, and he's shoving his katana right in it, like finishing
so
blow.
strife is actually the key.
Yes.
Oh, see,
Well,
I've
it's
never.
either
I don't
because
know.
Yeah, no, and I didn't totally realize what the finishing
Yeah,
blow
see, I've
did
never
either.
done
Even
it
if
to
you
him before.
unmask, it still opens you up immediately to a
Yeah,
finishing
yeah,
blow.
yeah.
Because
But-
basically you break complete composure, and they take that opportunity to strike.
But because it's a warrior's duel, if you yield, like if you see him, you're like, I'm wide open, and he obviously is not actually trying to kill me. He wants to stop Fu Ling. Like you can kind of make that snap decision of dropping the Tetsubo and yielding. Because we're in a warrior's duel, so you yielding means stop. And he is a duelist, so he will stop.
Right. Yeah, I know he's got honor.
But currently, at this current point,
You will. Know.
even with your fitness roll, you are above instant death on the crit table.
Oops.
This is called retconning, people.
I mean, I'm just letting him know what his options are.
So I can yield or die.
Exactly.
That's what it boils down to.
And then we'll make you a new character for the next one.
I am not your enemy. I do not desire the throne. I yield.
Okay, so he like you feel the tip of the katana pierce your skin, and he stops instantly, and you see him reach his hand up and touch the back of his head. You'll willingly give up the throne?
I did not intend to keep it. I did not desire it. I did not intend to keep it.
I have your word as a samurai.
As much as a samurai as I consider myself, yes.
You'll drop this facade of griot.
No. I am griot. I cannot not be who I am.
You are no longer Hida.
I consider myself.
You can't be both.
I am Ronin. But
If you're not Hida, then that weapon does not belong to you anymore.
no, the weapon does belong to me. It is my family weapon.
It's like, okay, I guess we start a new one.
That weapon belongs in the Hida family.
That is to be decided by my family, not by you.
I will agree to this. We will submit you to Lord Hida himself
Absolutely.
after you have abdicated this throne.
Do I need to abdicate this throne?
This was the deal.
Nobody considers me the emperor anyway.
No, they do. They want you dead because they don't believe you're the rightful emperor. But you lost the duel, and
That
you
is true.
agreed
I
to
do.
step down.
That is fine.
Then let us go back up and step down.
We're going to go up to step down. Okay.
I have spoken. And he leads you
Wrong
up.
series.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough. He leads you back up the stairs that you had come down previously, and into the throne room. And that's where we're going to end our session this evening. We've got one more short one for those of you on the stream. So if you're sticking around, wait for just a few minutes, and we'll be right back. If you're on the podcast, though, listening later, we hope you've enjoyed so far. And until next time, keep on adventuring.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody, to Warrior's Path. I think we're on like episode 28. We're getting pretty close. I'm really enjoying where we're headed now with Griot and with the whole gang. Previously on Warrior's Path, Lady Utaku brought Isawa and Ikoma to Odasan Uchi on a rope ladder to nowhere. Into the dirt. Very entertaining. Bayushi Aramoro and Kitsuki have reunited in what it seems to be a fateful tea ceremony. And Griot and Kakita Isamu are...
Best
Griot
friends
lost
now.
a pretty rough duel there that we kind of didn't expect. We got a really good picture of how deadly this version of L5R can be. And previously, I kind of felt like it was kind of wimpy compared to other editions of the game. So that felt good. It was fun. It felt like samurai fighting to the death. You know? It felt very, very, very fitting. All of that being said, let's go to Kitsuki at your tea ceremony with Bayushi Aramoro. Mike, you can't laugh. Fabulous weather we are having today. No.
Yes. I'm
Good
not.
job. You left the least out of anybody at the table.
You only told him not to laugh, not
I
me.
know.
Seems quite nice. I don't know the area, so I wouldn't.
I see. You are truly an idiot. He throws his cup of tea on you. Oh no, what have I done?
Oh, my mistake.
You must
Lord.
go and dry your garments in the closet over there.
Yes, thank you.
Closet.
Yep, I'll go to the closet.
Excellent. Kateo, go ahead and make your roll. God, that messes me up so bad. Kitsuki and Kateo, and we had Isawa and Isamu earlier. It messes with my head, man.
I got 2 successes and 3 opportunity.
Okay, and where are you right now?
Same place.
Same spot. Okay,
Yeah.
because you knew it worked. It worked right.
It worked. That's how I envisioned it
Superstitious.
worked.
Perfect. Okay. Are you? Did you find any hangers?
Looking. Did I?
I mean, yes, you did, and you were hit by a rope ladder.
Yes, I found some hangers. Do you mind, I think some of them got on you. Do you mind coming over here? Some of them...
Okay, now. How did you get the title of samurai?
It's fine.
I think you might be right. I will also come and dry my attire. Roll performance or something, gosh. What do we have here?
Courtesy?
We have a toilet bowl that's flushing right now.
It's beautiful.
Oh man, performance. Yep, it's a social skill. Go for it.
He's not very sociable. It makes sense.
All right. I'll do...
What's your
But we're
worst
south of the
rating?
equator. It's going backwards.
Water?
It's... Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go
Of
for
course
water.
it's water.
Roll
It's
a
in
water.
the toilet bowl. 2 success.
Hey, they believe you're drying your stuff.
Wow.
Of all things.
I'm very good at this.
You should be a spy.
A spy master.
So he gets over to you and says, "What did you find that you needed me for? You were supposed to escape."
Honorable samurai idiot.
I just pointed to the rope
I
ladder.
think there is some sort of item here that's not really...
is-
A rope ladder?
Okay, so Isawa knows what the hell's going on now in the confusion, sticks his head down through the dirt.
Holy,
Get up here!
great celestial order!
Well, you said get up there.
He closes the closet door behind him and climbs the rope ladder.
I mean, if we're gonna make it buffoonery, we might as well just go all the way with it, right?
Quickest way to get things done, man. Make it a cartoon for a minute.
And now, and after they
The
get
anime
up,
eyes are all like
That's right.
pound
after they
signs
get
at
up,
this
I
point.
do the one thing that I'm thinking about my
Tea
horse.
was laced with something.
Thinking about my horse.
Okay.
So, how is your horse going to climb the ladder?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to get there.
What'd you get?
1 success.
That's it.
Yeah. 3 opportunity.
Excellent. You make the next check easier. By 1.
I'm just gonna assume it didn't work and then pack it up.
Okay.
That's the character. Like, oh, maybe it only works on people.
That's fine. That's better for you.
No, I don't think it only works on people because this. Never mind. Never mind. Oh,
No. I don't say it out loud. I just think
Okay.
about it.
So the 3 of you are back together.
yeah.
Hey.
Did you?
Oh. Kitsuki. Aramoro.
What happened to your arm?
This
Dude, what's
son of a...
happened to you?
No. I'll try and fix his arm then. Maybe try restore.
Okay.
I don't know if I would write it on him or if I.
Yeah, you would like write it on his, like tattoo it essentially on him. Go ahead and roll. It's gonna be target number 4.
Culture with the void. That's not a
Isawa
very
was
good-
standing over there. What's with everybody's new toys?
Just because Isawa has water magic that he's never used before.
Or is not it?
Does he?
Actually,
I don't remember.
He got the Oracle of the Waters blessing.
You could always use a void point.
is void point 1 extra?
Mhm.
White.
1 extra black.
Ring.
Ring die. And the void point nets in void.
Oh, I forgot about void points.
You've got 2 of them.
Yeah, I could have been using them.
I'm only 1 off, but it didn't work.
So you come up and you paint the word arm.
Or restore. or
Restore.
whatever.
Okay, you paint restore on it. His kimono is restored.
Well,
He's like, how did you do that?
that's for me to know and you.
Oh, man, a man of mystery. Gonna have to hang around you a little bit more often.
I'm sure I could.
saw his interpretation. He doesn't know.
Have you considered him for your spy network, Aramoro? He's got some cool toys. So, what's
We're
the
here.
yeah?
This is Oda Sanucci, obviously.
That you know. Like it's plain as day. We're in the geisha house.
Aren't we right outside the geisha house? But whatever.
Technically, yes.
Oh, probably like in an inner courtyard, but yeah.
Oda Sanucci.
Did we find all the oracles? Is that
I found the Oracle there. She
the
was like,
Earth? But you
and I'm
blessed
looking around.
someone already.
Who?
You're not gonna like this.
Who?
Gria.
Son of a.
But he only asked for a magical weapon. That's Tetsuba.
He asked for what now?
He does. Tetsuba.
Let us pray he hasn't figured out how to use that thing yet.
Apparently not.
You do have 3 magical abilities associated with that weapon.
Well, I didn't want to use
Right.
the.
No, I know. You wanted to preserve Kikita.
I wanted to preserve Kikita, but also I didn't. Summoning,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, no, I get you. Why are we standing in front of this geisha house?
I was pulling everyone here.
Why? Why here?
This is where I showed up.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
You're making less sense as we proceed. Why, when the fate of Rokugan is in the balance, did you go to a geisha house?
No. See, I climbed a ladder.
Yes,
up and
she was in the trials with me before.
Yes, no, I remember dropping you guys off.
Yeah, and then I climbed the ladder and showed up beneath the geisha's bed.
And the Oracle incidentally runs this.
Isawa, please make sense of this for me.
Incidentally,
It makes perfect sense. This is what the oracles desired.
Oracles wanted us to be at a geisha house.
The oracles wanted us to
Well, the
be...
Oracle of Air was here.
What? Where? At a geisha house?
And then I turn around looking for...
You don't see her.
That is where the Oracle of Earth informed me she would be, but I didn't.
This is...
Apparently,
It's not upon us to
It's maddening.
make decisions or calls for the oracles.
What is next for us?
Grio.
Where is he? Do you think he's in the
I
house?
would assume he's sitting upon the throne.
Then we go to the throne room. Hastily.
I don't think they're going to let us in the throne room hastily.
Well, I don't think that...
If everyone else in Rokugan got their memories back as I did, they will allow us through.
That's true.
You are with the Scorpion Clan champion, who reports directly to the Emperor.
Then lead on.
And he does. The 5 of you at this point travel through the city, and people are making way for you. They recognize Aramoro almost immediately, and so you're swiftly able to make it to the palace, and you see that there are thousands of people surrounding it. Most of them shouting. Most of them want Grio dead. But they do move out of the way for the Scorpion Clan champion and his cohort. Grio. It's kind of about this time that you and Kikita are finishing your duel and walking up those stairs.
Okay.
You see that slab has been removed, and as you walk up, you see that the soldier who had kind of had that key spear, he is dead on the ground with a red dagger through his chest.
That's lovely.
It's a sure sign that Kikita was here. And you see hundreds of the strongest samurai in Rokugan in this room, the throne room. And they all hands to blades, which ordinarily they wouldn't be armed in the palace, but they are today. Well, now is the time.
Yeah, you're right. Now is the time. So, when we were down below, I would have done the inner peace on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll deal with that another
Sure.
time. It's not going to matter anyway. But, and are they up there yet? Are they there?
They're
No?
on their way up,
They're
kind
on
of
their
up
way?
the stairs, yeah.
Samurai of Rokugan. A terrible injustice has been done. That I have played a part in. I do not deny the part I played, the things that I have done. I was masked the same as you. I was guided the same as you by what I do not know. I believe a kami wolf known as Yama played a part. I did not wish to become emperor. As far as I knew, the emperorship was given to me, and the emperor was possessed by the shadow. That is what I saw. That is why I took the action that I did. Now I see that that was not the case, or I would not be here. I had no desire to come here. That being said, we have a task at hand. to protect Rokugan, because the danger is not past. But I cannot help Rokugan sitting here as Emperor, which I do not wish to be. I renounce any claim that I have to being Emperor. I wish only one thing for my life, which is to save Rokugan, as all crab desire to do. I will lay down my life in that regard. I do not know if I have the honor to continue to consider myself a crab, or to consider myself without clan. I have never concerned myself with honor or all these other tenets that you hold so dear. I've concerned myself with doing what needs to be done to protect the empire, to protect the people. But that is a fight for another day. Right now we have a kami to stop. I do not know what you wish to do with me. That is your regard. But I feel like I may be the only one that is capable of stopping this wolf kami.
And kind of about halfway through this speech, you guys do walk through the door and you join the throng. And so you hear him kind of saying those last few remarks. You keep going.
Okay. So, a black veil has been lifted from our eyes, we all see. And all you see is a treacherous man standing before you, who's committed horrible acts. The veil was on my eyes, same as yours. I do not deny those things. But I also do not believe that a coward, in my opinion, this ritual of seppuku is a coward's way out. And I do not wish to take the coward's way out. You think it is honorable. I do not. Honor is to stop this danger to Rokugan. And that is what I pledge to do with my life. And it is what I've done my whole life, though my visions are different than yours. So, I understand Hunte's son is still alive. If you choose, you may find him and bring him here. None of that is within my power. Do I want that power? So, it is your choice. Your decision to make. But my decision is to stop what is going on. Because you don't realize the danger is not over just because our eyes have been lifted. Just because you've opened your eyes doesn't mean that the danger disappears. It just means that you can now see the danger clearly. I am not your enemy. Fu Leng is your enemy. The shadow is our enemy.
What do you mean Fu Leng is our enemy? And you see Akoto Totori step out from the crowd.
Fu Leng desires the scrolls to free him.
Fu Leng is trapped, sentenced to Jigoku for eternity.
You think so? The scrolls held
I
him.
suppose.
Is that not true? I don't know for sure.
Yes, the black scrolls held him. They're spread throughout Rokugan.
They are not spread throughout.
What do you
Rokugan.
mean they're not spread?
I'm saying that this kami, this wolf kami, possesses them. All of them. Except 11 of the scrolls.
Only one is still safe?
I had
That's
no
correct.
idea.
Isawa, how are you here? Isawa Airi. Step forward. In fact, the whole group that was at the Rich Frog, please step forward. I don't know how you're all here, but
It's a long tale.
go listen to our other podcasts.
And I will look at Asawa and I'll say, where is Miyamoto?
Absolute disdain in Inasawa's eyes. He looks past you. Does not grant you a response.
Did you tell? You didn't tell us, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
Isawa, it's good
And
to
nobody
see
even
you.
asked.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most of them weren't close to Miyamoto.
Well, still.
I mean, Chaku had some conversations with him, but
I would have eventually gotten around to asking. There were more pressing matters.
That's right.
He's gone.
Now I'm
seemed-
more intrigued.
it seems like there were two then, Isawa, and Kikita kind of bows to you. It's good to see you.
The same.
He kind of examines you for a moment, says, it seems you have grown in your arsenal.
Look back at him, as have you, apparently. Many days have passed since the last time we were together and had to deal with treachery.
And yet, here we are again. I would like to announce to Rokugan, and please, if you feel free, take his life anyway. But I challenged Griot Rico to a duel below the palace. And we dueled to the point where his request was if he wins, I assist him in stopping fooling. I believe that to be honest. My condition is if I win, he steps down from the throne. He has agreed to do this. I do not think he deserves death. I think he should finish what he started and then be banished from our land. But that is not my decision to make. It is the decision of an emperor.
Yes.
Griot, do you step down?
I just did. I had no intention of keeping the throne. I did not desire the throne. It was laid on my heart to take the throne. The same veil that has guided many of our steps here lately.
Indeed. And that veil is lifted, and now...
And yet, when I brought this to you about Yama in the first place, I was dismissed.
because he was blind.
Yama had always been a friend.
Miyamoto was blind too, if you recall, Isawa. It is true.
But he did accept later on in discussion my interpretation of the kami.
Once he was away from it. But I think if Miyamoto had stayed with Griot, he would have joined. I think he was blind. I think that their desires are similar. And I don't know where Miyamoto is now, but I trust he is
Miyamoto
affecting
has ascended.
positive change. Ascended?
What do you
He
mean?
did?
He was
I,
here
I,
earlier.
I have a like, really? What were the kami thinking?
He confronted a woman of the Dragon clan, and they disappeared together. He did an incantation
That is because he freed the Oracle of the Void.
Oh.
he removed the darkness from our eyes, too.
Griot, this woman was no dragon priestess. She was the Dark Oracle of the Void.
I don't understand that thing, but that comes with great power.
It does. And she intentionally put the power out of balance. With the help of your wolf. But they were not alone.
If we are still in danger, then we must act.
Indeed.
But that does not change that you and I still must have a discussion over my father's passing.
I did kill your father. I cannot deny that.
We will settle that
I
afterwards.
killed my own people, too. I destroyed many things that I cherished and swore to protect. That weighs heavy on my heart.
We
But
will
I
settle
will not
that after.
wallow in my sorrow of things past done. I look for things that still need to be done.
Well, I think there's a more important thing. If there's still enemies that have not shown themselves, then we must make haste to the Emperor.
The Emperor is safe.
We need
Is
to
he
find
still
Yama.
where?
I carried him to safety. I have ensured his safety. The key that he brought to the rich frog is a seal. It ensures that no one can get into the room that he is stored in without it. He has plenty of food and water.
I'm like,
And I have the seal with me. He is not a prisoner. He is recovering.
I am going to sentiment that man.
The Emerald Champion, Akoto Totori?
Yes.
Go for it.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, no,
there's been enough craziness that
go
I'm
for it.
like,
Roll
not
it
that
up.
I don't believe him. I'm going to spend.
That's not very many sentiment dice.
All right, I got 5 successes and 2 opportunities.
He is being sincere.
I figured, but
Satori
it would
is,
not be.
Satori is safe.
I have to calm my own heart.
Sure, yeah. For now, trust me as the voice of the Emperor.
Also cinched that scroll case just a little bit tighter on myself.
Fair enough. Good call. Nobody else knows what it does, but good call.
Well,
And Kikita looks to you as well and says, I can't help but notice you saying you have one of these scrolls.
I said one was protected.
You're not wrong. I think you did say that, but do you know where?
Yes, I do.
Do you know which one?
I look around. I look around the room. This is probably not a discussion for the general.
I see. Dismiss everyone. We will imprison Griot for now, and he will stand a Rokugani trial later. For now, the show is over. Please resume your duties in the city. And people file out. It takes a good while. There were a lot of people in here. But finally, it's you guys left in the room.
You can understand, Mogward, that I do not wish to paint a target on any of our backs.
Well, target's painted.
But by openly admitting, and we do not know who all is involved, that I am
Agreed.
holding a scroll. The
Kikita
final
was
scroll
foolish.
to unlock this.
Do you know which scroll you possess?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's the 7th scroll.
It's the 7th scroll.
That's
Bad player knows.
all right. That's remarkably fortuitous. But we need somebody with the Shadowlands taint to open this.
You have it.
Totori doesn't. Does Kikita have it?
No, him.
No, shoot.
Oh,
Asawa has it.
he's
Asawa
saying,
has it.
I don't have the taint. What are you saying?
What was that battle? What was the name of the battle that we were in?
The Black Mist.
The Battle of the Black Mist.
It tells you Rambo were.
What
I
about
did
it?
suffer a wound.
I see.
oh, I knew that.
Then you can open that scroll and see who our enemy is and what their plans are.
Does it not work both ways?
There's only one scroll.
I don't know if I have the skill to do this, but I'm more than willing to try.
It takes no skill. You open it and read, but opening that scroll does unseal a part of Fu Lang's prison.
But wouldn't that be dangerous then? If we don't control the other scrolls, then they could just open them.
If they think one scroll is safe, nothing is safe. It is when all 12 scrolls are opened that Fu Ling will be made mortal here on this plane. We cannot strike him down as long as he is only possessing. So potentially it could work to our advantage to open this, but I cannot know with certainty.
Do we not know if anyone possibly involved? I'm sure you must have come across.
Oh, yes. I heard, what was his name? I assumed it was Lord Kikita from Toshi Rambo, but apparently I was wrong.
The Emerald Champion?
Magistrate.
The Emerald Magistrate.
Why are you assuming him?
I assumed it was Kikita because
Oh, right.
my character's
Yeah.
personal mistrust of the crane,
Right.
and I don't think the crab have it in them to be deceitful.
Fair.
Smartly. But I believe it is actually Lord Hida, and I can't remember.
Hida Asamoka.
Hida Asamoko.
You would accuse an Emerald Magistrate.
I said I believe. I do not. I
don't think
but
it was him.
knowingly
Do you think
backing
it was
down.
her who found this?
But I
idea?
received
I
word.
don't think.
I had these clues from the Oracle of Air herself
What was the clue exactly?
that I had already met the one behind this, and I had met them in Toshi Rambo. And the only figures that pop truly in my head, as she said him and Toshi Rambo, were Lord Kikita and Lord Hida. And when I said Lord Kikita, she laughed at me.
I see. Then we should go. Well, not we. Somebody must sit the throne while Satori revives. You should go to Toshi Rambo. Root him out. And if you cannot stop Fuling from being recalled, destroy him.
Destroy Fuling?
Either that or he destroys Rokugan.
It's a heavy burden to bear. Oh well.
And as you kind of say that, the door behind you opens. And a bald individual with a really long Fu Manchu walks through the door with kind of a towel wrapped around his waist, like a loincloth, but that's all he's wearing.
Gandhi?
Well, it seems that you have everything you need. Some of you have more than others. Are you ready?
Who are you?
You cannot be.
Well, your friend has communed with me many times.
What kami is this?
You tell me this.
Because I wouldn't have viewed Miyamoto as a friend.
Yeah,
Like
for
particularly that word.
Sure. So I think you can like do your like sense the spirits or whatever. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. He's not a kami,
Right.
but you do get the sense of something supernatural about him.
Yeah.
Kami, I'm insulted. Although I did know one once. I'm surprised the people of Rokugan don't recognize me. Lady Utaku? My name is Shinsei.
Then this must be the second day, is it?
It's been about 1,000 years.
Is that the actual legend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we get started?
I-
Seems I have all
I'm
my
fine.
avatars right here. And he
Well,
rubs
then.
his hands together, and that's where we're going to end our session. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed these sessions of Legends of Five Rings, Warrior's Path. Until next time, keep on adventuring.
Bye now.
Good one.